The year is 2025. The world stands at the cusp of a new era, a time of rapid technological advancements and profound societal changes. Yet, amidst all this progress, some traditions remain steadfast, anchoring us to our shared history and values. White smoke billows from the chimney atop the Sistine Chapel. This ancient signal, steeped in centuries of tradition, announces to the world that a new pope has been chosen. The bells of St. Peter's Basilica ring out across Rome, their resonant tones echoing through the city's historic streets. These bells, a symbol of unity and continuity, call the faithful to witness a momentous occasion. A new pope has been chosen. The anticipation is palpable as crowds gather in St. Peter's Square, their faces a mix of hope, curiosity, and reverence. People from all walks of life, from every corner of the globe, have come together to witness this historic event. The world waits with bated breath. In homes, cafes, and public squares, eyes are glued to screens, ears tuned to radios as the announcement draws near. The air is thick with expectation, each moment stretching into eternity. Who is this man who will lead the Catholic Church? Speculations abound, whispers of potential candidates fill the air. Each name carries with it a legacy, a promise, a vision for the future of the Church. What will his papacy bring? Will he be a reformer, a traditionalist, or perhaps a bridge between the old and the new? The faithful and the curious alike ponder these questions, their minds racing with possibilities. But perhaps the most intriguing question is this: what name will he choose? A name is more than just a title, it is a declaration of intent, a signal of the path he intends to follow. The choice of name can offer a glimpse into the new pope's priorities and the legacy he hopes to build. The College of Cardinals has spoken. After days of deliberation, prayer, and reflection, they have reached a consensus. Their decision, made in the hallowed halls of the Sistine Chapel, will shape the future of the Catholic Church. The new leader of the Catholic Church has stepped onto the balcony overlooking St. Peter's Square. The world holds its breath. The moment of revelation is at hand. He greets the cheering crowds. The square erupts in applause and jubilation, a sea of flags and banners waving in celebration. The energy is electric, a collective sigh of relief and joy. With a warm smile and a wave, he prepares to address the world. His demeanor is calm, yet there is a palpable sense of excitement and anticipation in the air. Then the announcement comes: Annuntio vobis gaudium magnum, habemus papam. I announce to you a great joy. We have a pope. The crowd hushes. The ancient words spoken in Latin resonate deeply, a bridge between the past and the present. His Holiness Pope Leon XIV. The name echoes through the square, met with a wave of applause and cheers. Pope Leon XIV, a name that will be etched in history. A new chapter for the Catholic Church begins. The tradition of papal names is long and storied, dating back centuries. But why do popes even adopt new names? The custom began in the 6th century with Pope John II. He felt unworthy to bear the name of his predecessor, John the Baptist. This act set a precedent. It became the norm for popes to choose a new name upon their election. This practice solidified over time. It became intertwined with the very fabric of the papacy. The new name symbolizes a fresh start. It represents the transformation of the man into the pontiff. He is no longer bound by his earthly identity. He is a vessel for the Holy Spirit, a shepherd to his flock. Choosing a papal name is no simple task. It is a decision fraught with symbolism and meaning. Popes often choose names to honor their predecessors, signaling continuity. They may choose names that reflect their personal values or aspirations for their papacy. Some choose names associated with significant events in church history. Each name carries its own weight. For example, choosing the name John Paul evokes the legacy of the beloved Pope John Paul II. Selecting Francis recalls the humility and simplicity of Saint Francis of Assisi. The name becomes a powerful statement, shaping public perception and setting the tone for the papacy. The choice of Leon XIV has sent ripples through the Catholic world. His election has sparked conversations and debates among theologians, historians, and the faithful alike. Many are curious about the implications of his papal name and what it signifies for the future of the Church. The name Leon, meaning lion in Latin, evokes images of strength, courage, and leadership. Lions have long been symbols of power and nobility, often associated with kings and rulers. In the context of the papacy, this name choice suggests a leader who intends to embody these qualities, guiding the Church with a firm yet compassionate hand. There have been 13 previous Pope Leos, some more notable than others. Each of these pontiffs left their mark on the Church in different ways, shaping its doctrines, policies, and global influence. The legacy of the name Leo is rich and varied, encompassing both spiritual and temporal leadership. Pope Leo I, known as Leo the Great, is remembered for his role in defending Rome against Attila the Hun. His diplomatic skills and unwavering faith were instrumental in protecting the city during a time of great peril. Leo the Great's contributions to the Church also include significant theological writings and the consolidation of papal authority. Pope Leo XIII, who reigned in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, was a strong advocate for social justice and a pioneer in Catholic social teaching. His encyclical Rerum Novarum addressed the rights and duties of capital and labor, laying the groundwork for modern Catholic social thought. Leo XIII's efforts to engage with contemporary social issues marked a significant shift in the Church's approach to the modern world. By choosing the name Leon, Pope Leon XIV seems to be drawing on this rich history. He appears to be signaling a continuity with the past, while also indicating a readiness to address the challenges of the present and future. This choice of name is not merely symbolic, it reflects a deep understanding of the responsibilities and expectations that come with the papal office. He signals a desire to lead with strength and conviction in a time of global uncertainty. In an era marked by rapid change and numerous crises, Pope Leon XIV's leadership will be crucial in guiding the Church and its followers. His name choice suggests a commitment to upholding the values of courage, justice, and compassion as he navigates the complexities of the modern world. While choosing a new name is the norm, there have been exceptions throughout history. The tradition of adopting a new name upon ascending to the papacy is deeply rooted in the Church's history. It symbolizes a new beginning, a break from the past, and often a tribute to a saint or a previous pope whom the new pontiff admires. However, not all popes have followed this tradition. Some have chosen to keep their given names, usually for very specific and personal reasons that reflect their vision for the Church and their papacy. Some popes have chosen to keep their given names, usually for very specific reasons. This decision is often a reflection of their personal beliefs, their intended reforms, or their desire to make a statement about the direction they wish to take the Church. By retaining their birth names, these popes have made a conscious choice to emphasize continuity, humility, or a return to certain values they hold dear. One notable example is Pope Marcellus II, who reigned briefly in 1555. Born Marcello Cervini, he chose to keep his baptismal name when he became pope. His decision was not made lightly. It was a reflection of his deep commitment to the principles of the Church and his desire to lead by example. Marcellus II believed that the Church should focus on simplicity and humility, values that were increasingly being overshadowed by the grandeur and opulence of the time. He felt strongly that the Church should focus on simplicity and humility. Marcellus II's brief papacy was marked by his efforts to reform the Church and steer it back to its spiritual roots. He believed that changing his name would contradict these values, as it would suggest a break from his past and the principles he had always stood for. By keeping his name, he aimed to set an example of consistency and integrity. He believed that changing his name would contradict these values. Marcellus II's decision was a powerful statement against the growing trend of extravagance within the Church. His choice to retain his given name was a call for a return to the core values of Christianity, emphasizing the importance of humility, service, and devotion over titles and grandeur. Another example is Pope Adrian VI, elected in 1522. Born Adrian Florensuin Boyens, he was a Dutchman who rose to the papacy during a time of significant turmoil and corruption within the Church. Adrian VI chose to keep his birth name as a statement against the corruption he saw around him. His decision was a clear message that he intended to bring about reform and address the issues plaguing the Church. He kept his name as a statement against what he saw as corruption within the Church. Adrian VI's papacy was characterized by his efforts to combat corruption and restore the integrity of the Church. By keeping his name, he distanced himself from the practices of his predecessors, many of whom had been criticized for their lavish lifestyles and questionable conduct. Adrian VI's choice was a bold move that underscored his commitment to reform and transparency. He wanted to distance himself from the practices of his predecessors. Adrian VI's decision to retain his birth name was a symbolic gesture that highlighted his desire to break away from the past and usher in a new era of accountability and moral integrity within the Church. His papacy, though short-lived, left a lasting impact on the Church's history and set a precedent for future popes who sought to bring about meaningful change. He felt that keeping his name would symbolize a return to simpler times. Both Marcellus II and Adrian VI saw their decisions as a way to reconnect with the fundamental values of the Church. Their choices were not just about personal preference but were deeply rooted in their visions for a more humble, transparent, and spiritually focused Church. By keeping their names, they made powerful statements about their commitment to these ideals. These instances highlight the fact that even breaking with tradition can be a powerful statement in itself. The decisions of Marcellus II and Adrian VI to keep their birth names serve as reminders that sometimes the most profound changes come from honoring one's roots and staying true to one's principles. Their legacies continue to inspire and remind us that true leadership often involves making bold choices that reflect one's deepest values and convictions. The tradition of papal names, whether continued or challenged, is more than just a historical quirk. It is a powerful symbol of the papacy's enduring legacy. Each name chosen by a new pope adds another layer to this rich tapestry. It connects the present to the past, reminding us of the long line of men who have held this sacred office. As Pope Leon XIV embarks on his papacy, only time will tell what mark he will make on the Catholic Church and the world. But one thing is certain, his chosen name will forever be linked to his legacy. It will serve as a constant reminder of the hopes, dreams, and challenges that define our time.